What is your greatest failure? Knowing how to answer this question the right way can impress the interviewers by showing them how resilient you are. You can also use this question as an opportunity to showcase your capability to turn a downfall into a chance to learn. Other ways interviewers can phrase this question include: state your biggest mistake and what you learned from it. Narrate a mistake you made. What do you consider your greatest professional failure or regret? Why it's asked. First off, keep in mind that interviewers don't ask this question to dig for evidence of a flaw or to get an excuse to reject you. Seeing the question this way will only make the process of coming up with the best and then relaying all the more difficult. The hiring managers know that everybody fails at some point, and they don't expect you to be perfect. Besides, if you've never failed, it means you've never succeeded significantly either. With this question, job interviewers are trying to understand if you are someone that can learn from failure, if you're open to taking smart, calculated risks, your view of failure, success, and risk in general, how self-aware you are, and if it's enough for you to concede weakness and failure. What to include in your response. To come up with a strong answer to this question, follow the following steps. Choose a real-life failure. Pick a specific workplace failure, something related to what you are currently doing. Your story should be a situation where only one thing didn't go as planned, so that it can be easy for you to articulate your lessons and resolutions. Team failure can also be a great example, thanks to the shared responsibility, but ensure you take responsibility for your role for the failure. When sharing the story. As you share this story, keep in mind that the purpose of this question is to determine how you handle setbacks. As such, you should narrate this part quickly to get to the part on how you manage the failure. Be open about what made the situation challenging and your efforts to rectify the situation. Emphasize what you learned. After talking about what you believe went wrong, emphasize what you think you should have done differently and the changes you made moving forward. Focus on this part the most. What not to include in your response. In as much as mistakes happen in real life, they really shouldn't happen during an interview. Some of the things to avoid when answering this question include: don't overdo your truth. Don't go into great detail about what went wrong and the extent of the damage caused by the situation. Just state the facts. Don't be defensive. Even if there is a follow-up question or questions that may seem intrusive, always keep a leveled head and answer the questions truthfully. Don't lack confidence. Going back to situations that made us feel less than great can make us feel some insecurities, but try not to let this affect you in any way. Remember that the interviewer is also trying to test your confidence. You don't want to fail here. Avoid mistakes that led to huge losses. This might make you seem risky and careless. Sample answers. Here's a sample answer to this question. A few years ago, I was tasked with finding a new hire to join our customer service team. I went with someone who seemed genuinely interested in our organization and was eager to be part of our team, and based on their past work experiences, more than qualified. However, I had checked their social media and had a few concerns, but I still decided to hire them anyway. After a short while, I realized I had made a mistake as the person's social media activity reflected their work behavior. They had a poor attitude, were highly dramatic, and this behavior impacted the team, and I eventually had to fire them. This instance taught me how important every hiring decision is, regardless of the position, from interns to senior staff. Each employee can affect the company's culture and morale. I also learned not to make rash hiring decisions and generally any other decisions regarding the company. I've also learned to trust my intuition more, and I'm glad I learned this sooner than later.
you.